All right, so I'm going to pull up 10 randomly generated words. And we're going to tell a little story. Oh, oh my God. Let's give it a shot. Once upon a time, there was a family that lived on a far-off planet, a distant world, so small that even with a telescope, it would be less than a speck to see. And on their small little world, they knew of many other worlds. They weren't like us, who dreamt of whether or not there was life on other planets. They knew there was. But it had never felt right on any of the other ones. They never felt compelled to move or explore. But as the years went on, this family felt less and less at home in their own planet. The parents grew dissatisfied with their career. The children didn't fit in at all with the local youth. And on top of that, their debts were starting to rack up. They were going to default on their mortgage, and there was just so much regulation around everything that they felt boxed in. And so they decided they would leave their planet, but not for one of the other ones nearby. They would go find somewhere new. Somewhere that no one else had found. And so they got in their small ship, not the flying saucers of our vintage science fiction, nor the giant spaceships of our space operas, but a simple, transparent bubble with a little kitchen in back and some basic comfortable cots. Nothing fancy, but enough to get them where they needed to go. They had no goodbyes to say, because they had never really put down deep roots in their first home. So although it was scary to launch into the unknown, it was easy to leave the known behind. And so the family flew into deep space, uncharted space, much faster than any of us could comprehend, but still, even at those speeds, it was a long journey. And they wondered if they would be able to find anything. The children, of course, were optimistic, being young and unburdened by the disappointments that build up over the years, but the parents were becoming more and more nervous. They started to talk to each other quietly about what they would do if they never found anything. How could they explain to their children that they would have to turn around and go back home? How could they reconcile that surrender with all of their dreams of a new life? But they didn't give up hope yet. And one day, or night, because there's no way to tell in space, of course, the family was awoken by the ship's computer, alerting them that they were nearing a planet with water on it and high energy signals, both good signs that there might be life down there. And so the tiny little bubble flew down to the planet beneath them, one that looked unlike any they had been to before, and one which seemed oddly inviting. And they landed among lush trees and rolling meadows, and they stepped out of the bubble, and they looked around. And the parents, telling the children to stay behind in case it wasn't safe, looked around and wondered, where had they come? Was this somewhere they could build a new life? Was there a chance at peace and beauty here? And just then, bounding out of the trees, a dozen or so yards away, came a family of deer. And of course, the family had no idea what a deer was. But they knew that these creatures were beautiful. And they knew that this was a planet that offered the possibility of beauty and of life. And they knew that it was a large world and it couldn't all be bounding deers and rolling meadows. But it was enough. It was enough for them to take a chance to build a new life here on Earth. The end. That's the story. We did it!